Namaskar and welcome to today's session on open source data and international geoportals for satellite data download. Dear student, in this particular session, we'll be learning about the different online data repositories uh, from the different space agencies and also data providers from where you can download the data and you can do your own experiment. So my name is Harish Karnatak and I am from Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Dehradun. So as you may be knowing that the data and information access from the geoportals, or maybe we can say portals. So how we can access this data? There are two methods which are very popular. One method is you can physically download the data. When I say the physical download the data, that means the original data format. That is basically in the form of the maybe some file formats. If you take the example of traditional data, you can download as a XLS file or as a CSV file. You can download sometime as a Word document. You can download the data as a textual data. But in case of remote sensing in GIS, the traditional data formats or models what we practice is a raster and vector data. If you are looking for the raster and vector data from the online data repositories, so there are some popular formats like in case of raster, you can use the data file format like geotiff, .img or maybe .grid, or there are many formats, JPEG 2000, JPEG, PNG and so on. The another format which is very popular or very useful in the case of remote sensing in GIS is the vector data. So when I say the vector, here the data or information is stored in the form of the geometry. We use the three basic geometries, that is a point, line and polygon. So here the most popular data format is a shape file. So directly you can download this data as a shape file and then you can use in your project. This is one method of data access. Second method of data access is a access through the web services or API. So web services and APIs are known as a application programming interface. These are the methods basically to access the data as a URL. You can access this data inside your software. So basically the web services and APIs are providing the rules and also the methods of accessing the data. And this is a modern approach of data accessing from the data repositories. So here these advanced technologies basically when we use for data access, so there are many advantages basically in data accessing that we'll be discussing in the coming slide. But at this time you can understand these two methods, that is a physical data download and the API based data access, are very very popular and it is being used by the different professionals in their domain. In case of remote sensing in GIS, today the data and information services are available in both the format, but slowly we are phasing out from the time when the physical data was available for the professionals. There are certain limitations in the physical data download. So one of the most critical issue is if we have the large amount of data, especially the size of the file is in gigabyte or maybe in the terabytes, so physical download is very very difficult. And another issue in the physical data, once I have downloaded the data from the online data repositories, and suppose after some time the data provider has updated this data, and then without visiting their website, I will not know exactly how much data is updated and what is updated there. So in that case, most of the time it is observed that the users are using the old data. So data updation will not be automatically at the user end. And in case of web service and API, so you will get the real-time data or latest data from the web repositories. Whenever there is a updates in the servers, automatically the application will be updated at the user end. But here you require the continuous connectivity between the client and servers. Suppose you are the users or you are a client, and then you can access this data in the live mode. You cannot use data in offline mode. So there are certain advantages in both the methods, but you have to understand, because in coming slide I'll be discussing about which data is available in which format. Another computation based architecture which is getting very popular these days, is basically a cloud computation based architecture where the most of the data, the remote sensing data in terms of satellite data, in terms of any raster map, in terms of vector data, are available in the cloud so that you can access this data in the real time environment. But most of these clouds are allowing the user to download this data as a physical data or this data as a API or web services also. So cloud computations are becoming very popular in case of data access. In fact, in case of all the computation activities, right from the software development, software compilations, the network as an infrastructure, software as an infrastructure, platforms as a services, and all the things are available as a service. But same way, data is also available as a data service. Now, with this background, today we will learn about the popular online geodata repositories, basically from where you can download the data for your own studies. And I'll be more focusing on the data related to the student community if you are a new in this domain. So what you can do, you can basically access or you can log into this website and you can start downloading the data. Let us learn about the popular geoportals. These are the few websites which you may be knowing about it, like a Google Maps, one of the very popular or most popular mapping applications, and they provide the global satellite images and the maps in the 2D and 3D format. So during this module, we have also explained you about the 2D and 3D data. When I say the 3D, so we are basically including the digital elevation model, or sometimes we call it DEM or DEM. So DEM will provide you the 3D view of a terrain. So all this kind of data is available in Google Maps in the form of visualization, and also if you want to access this data through the Google Map website, then these data sets are available as an API, as an application programming interface. So in the API, they have provided the very good documentations are available. So you can read this documentation and then you can learn how to access the Google data or Google Maps inside your own project. So here the physical data downloads are not allowed to the user, but most of the data is available for the users free of cost, especially for your R&D and student related projects. You can use this data as a API access. Another portal is called Bing Map. Again, this is a very popular website from the Microsoft. They provide again the satellite imageries and the maps in the form of the vector and point, line and polygon geometry. And these data sets you can access through their APIs, and also you can use their standard online website like bing.com/maps. If you type it, complete data access will be available. But if you want access this data inside your project, again they will allow you to access through API only. So they will also not provide physical data download, because it is a standard method, and here very fast access is available. So very easily you can integrate these two maps into your own project. OpenStreetMap is another website. You can note down, this is very popular website for the vector data. If you are looking for the maps or high scale maps like a 1:10,000 scale or better maps, and these maps are basically on the infrastructure layer, and if you search their literature, you will find that there are more than 250 map features which are digitized and prepared in this website. And this website is a typical example of the crowdsourcing, especially in the remote sensing GIS community, where the satellite data is available in the background free of cost. You can access it, and then you can also generate the map of your own locality. So here the maps are created by the users and are available for the users. So here the true data democracy kind of environment they have implemented. If you are interested on such data sets, you can go to this website. You can contribute as a contributor for the map creation of your locality. Otherwise, you can download the data which is already available in the website. So here the data access method is available in both the way. One is physical data download, and second method is a API based access. So both way you can access the data from the OpenStreet website. So here they are not providing the satellite data as such, they are providing maps. So this is another example where the physical data download as a .osm file, as a .safe file is available. The same time data is accessible for as a API also. Wiki API is not a data repository, but it is a platform for crowdsourcing approach for tagging the ground information. So what you can do here, you can geotag different geographical feature in your locality, and the same data is also available for visualization and access, and which can be used by a different type of users. What I feel that sometimes it is useful. ISRO Bhuvan is another website. Here you can see this is a website designed and developed by ISRO, and here if you are looking for the satellite imageries and maps, especially for India and its surroundings. So here data from the seamless availability of multi-temporal, multi-resolution satellite data for entire Indian region, and here the thematic and disaster specific data sets are also available for download and also available as a web services and API to the users. So here I request all the participants to please visit this website and see what kind of contents are available into the Bhuvan website. And these are very interesting contents from where you can download especially data from the Indian satellites, and directly you can start learning this remote sensing technology. You can start learning the mapping methods, data processing. All the data is available free of cost to the users through this website. MapMyIndia is another commercial company, and they are also very popular in India for as per the map data is concerned. They have the very rich point of interest and the detailed maps of India. In this website, you can access their data and information service as API. Again, here the physical data downloads are not permitted, but you can access their website as a application programming interface. They have the good documentation, and you can also integrate some part of their maps into your own project. But in most of the cases, if you are looking for the detailed maps, you may have to purchase their API, but looks to be quite interesting for the Indian scenarios where the Indian users can get all the data from Indian company, a beautiful mapping applications, platforms and data contents. Indian NSDI is another website which is developed by Department of Science and Technology. In this website, this is called as a Indian National Spatial Data Infrastructure. So what I recommend all the participants that suppose you are looking for the data availability with Indian organizations, especially the map data or satellite data or different type of maps like survey maps, infrastructures, base layers, geological map, forest type maps and so on. So you can visit their website. Here the complete metadata is available, and then you can get information about the different characteristics of data and their locations and their status of their availability. They also host some of the policy document with respect to the spatial data into their website. Biodiversity Information System and Indian Bioresource Information Network. These are the two websites hosted at Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Dehradun. Basically, these two websites are providing information about the bioresource of India. So here the bioresource means flora and fauna. Both the type of data are available here. Data from the different data providers are also hosted, and these data sets are basically geotagged. So you can get the location information about the different plant species here, like a medicinal plant, endemic plant, economical plants and so on through this website. India Water Resource Information System is a very important and very useful website developed by Department of Space and Central Groundwater Commission, CWC. And here the rich data contents for water resource of India are available. And again, the very big data repository as per the water resource of the country is concerned. So you can download this data sometime, and sometime you can also access this data as a web services. The National Informatics Centers or NIC from the MIT Government of India is also hosting their data sets under this initiative called Bharat Maps, bharatmaps.gov.in, up to the village level tagging of information in GIS domain, especially the census data and also the ground data from the as a point location is available up to the village level. You can access this data from this website, but they have not provided any access method as per the data download is concerned or data access through the API or web services are concerned. But for visualization purpose, you can use this data repository as well. Now we will learn about the satellite imageries and thematic maps. whatever portals I was showing you till now, it was basically a popular website from where data can be accessed. But now we are going to discuss about the satellite data repositories, because satellite data are very important, especially if you are entering into this remote sensing community and you want to understand how you can process the data, how you can prepare the false color composite, how you can prepare the natural color composite, how you can do the mapping activities, how you can apply the different classification techniques like a supervised classification, unsupervised classification, or maybe machine learning or deep learning based classification techniques, so that you require the original satellite data for your project or your studies. So let us start. So I will start from the first website, which is very popular, called USGS Earth Explorer. All the students, those are basically attending this session, I request them, please visit this website, because this website is one of the most popular website for the student community. They provide a different type of data, especially the satellite data. They provide the satellite derived maps, they provide digital elevation model, and so on. And in fact, they have integrated data from the different data providers, like you can get the data from the Japanese Space Agency, you can get the data from the NASA, from the ESA, from Chinese Space Agency, from ISRO, and so on. But ultimately, the owner of their own or maybe their own satellite, like from the NASA, we have the Landsat space satellites like Corona missions, hyperspectral satellite data from the Hyperion mission of the NASA. All these data sets last 40 years, especially in case of Landsat data, they have hosted in the public domain. So you can basically browse this data. Very simple method is provided there. You can search for your location. In the background, you have the Google map, and then you can search for your location. Otherwise, you can draw your area of interest, and then it will available. It will display all the available data set in your locality, and then you can search your. You can pick your data, and you can download this data from this website, free of cost. Complete data sets available for you, and please visit this website and try to download. Another website is called Sentinel Open Access Hub. This is from European Space Agency. They provide the Sentinel-2 high resolution satellite data. This is a latest satellite data you can get here. When I say the high resolution data, that means the 10 meter spatial resolution data you can download from this website. So every 10 days you can get new data. So if you are looking for the latest data in the 10 meter spatial resolution, then you can go to this website and you can start downloading it. If you are interested to learn the microwave remote sensing, then also some part of data in C-band SAR from the Sentinel-1 mission is also available for download. So whenever there is a requirement of any synthetic aperture radar data or microwave data for your study, you can go for the Sentinel-1. This is one of the very, very popular online data repository for the student community. The URL of this website is available here, and the complete global coverage is available. NASA Earth Data Search. This is again a very popular scientific data repositories, especially for Earth science data discovery system. So what you can get from this website, basically you can get the derived data from the biosphere, cryosphere, hydrosphere, or atmosphere. Most of the products come from a data and application center called DAC. So you can also get data on the land cover. It is an excellent source of global land use and land cover data. It has specialized satellite derived data like permafrost and the wetland type. These data sets are also hosted. As I mentioned here, this is a scientific data repository. If any student are coming from the post-graduation or PhD background, so they can basically look for this data repository for their own study. NOAA Data Access Viewer is a source of authentic data sets along the coast. NOAA Data Access Viewer holds satellite, aerial, and the LIDAR imagery. So here, suppose you want to learn how to process the LIDAR data, how to open the LIDAR data. So some sample data you can download from here. Otherwise, LIDAR data is one of the very, very costly data in the remote sensing community. So here it's available free of cost. You can explore and you can start your studies here. Then we have Digital Globe Open Data Program. Although Digital Globe is a is basically a commercial company. They are basically providing the satellite data on cost basis, but still for the student community, I am keeping this particular repository in my list because here some sample data for the students and researcher are available free of cost. Because otherwise, if you look for the satellite data in high resolution domain, like a 1 meter data or centimeters resolution data, generally you will not get in the open source community. What you have to do, you have to purchase the data. And if you are a student and if you are looking for data for your studies, that time it may not be feasible for you to purchase the data for the studies. That's why they are keeping some data for the student community for learning how to basically process the high resolution data, how to extract the information from this data, how it looks like, what is the size of data. Some sample data sets are available for you. You can download and you can learn this high resolution data handling in the remote sensing community. Otherwise also, sometime suppose you are becoming a professional and that time suppose you are looking for the high resolution data, then you can look for this website and then you can purchase this data for your own project. Another website is GeoAirbus Defense. This is again a commercial company, but they also provide some sample data sets or some sample imageries from the satellite like Spot, Pleiades, Rapid Eye. These are some of the best in class, best quality spatial resolution data is available here for the student community. NASA WorldView is a good for downloading raw data and providing access to variety of scientific product. In this website, serial number 7. So what is available in this website basically is a raw data. So why I am listing here, because if you are a student and you want to learn how the raw data looks like, because ultimately you have to learn how to generate a product from a raw data. So here this is a very good example for the student community. So please explore it here if you are looking for the raw satellite data, how it looks like, how to process it and so on. All this experiment you can do with this data set. Another website or data repository is a NOVA class. This is a NOVA library of satellite imagery in comprehensive large array data stewardship system, or we call it a class. You can get the oceanic imagery, you can get the atmospheric imageries, you can get the environmental and climate related data. So all these data sets are available as a global product from this data repository called class.nova.gov. Next is a Bhuvan Indian Geo platform of ISRO. In my earlier slide, when I have shown you the Bhuvan Geoportal, that time I was talking about the data visualization. But here I have listed here because the Bhuvan is also having a basically component called as a NRSC Open EO Data Archive, or we call it NRSC or NOIDA. Okay, in this particular platforms, what you can get, you can download the data free of cost from this particular repository, and here the rich contains seamless availability of multi-temporal, multi-resolution satellite data for entire Indian region. Thematic and disaster specific data also can be downloaded. So here under the NRSC Open EO Data Archive, please visit this section and you can download data from the Indian satellite like ResourceSat 1, ResourceSat 2, where we have the sensor like AWIPS and LIS3, and then we have the some digital elevation model from the Cartosat 1 satellite as well. This can be easily downloaded from this website. Then we have the JAXA Global ALOS 3D World. So this is a basically data repository from the Japanese Space Agency. In this portal, you can get the one of the best quality digital surface model, or we call it a DSM. It has the 30 meters spatial resolution. This is the quality of the data, and you can also download this data, in fact, for your own studies, and it's a free of cost available to you. And this data is basically they have created by using their own satellite called Daiichi. They have the ALOS Advanced Land Observing Satellite, which is a type of L-band radar. By using this microwave data, they have created the DSM, and this is considered as one of the best quality DSM available in open data repositories. The another websites are like a Vito Visions, Nova Digital Course, Satellite Land Covers, UNA VCO. All these are basically some of are also specifically available from some of the academic institutions, universities and so on, but are again very useful. You can explore, and their URLs are given here, available as a global. This is for the coastal data. This is again for global and global. So depending on upon your requirement. Otherwise, the most of the data like from the NASA, like a modest sensors, data from the spot vegetation and all are available in the Earth Explorer as well. But these are the specific website from these data providers. You can explore these URLs as well. This is about the satellite data repository. Out of this satellite data repository, next will be OpenGIS data sources. Although in the next module, when we'll be teaching you the GIS softwares, data product, that time we'll be discussing in more details. But for your benefit, I am also going to display you some of the popular GIS data sources, especially in the form of the maps that are basically available either as a raster maps or vector maps. So one first website is ISRO Open Data Hub. Again, the ISRO is a company, a commercial company, but they also have a beautiful data repositories where the 250,000 plus open data sets from 5,000 plus organizations worldwide are available either as a SAFE file, KML or spreadsheet format. You can also access their data as a API, as a application programming interface. They also offer data as a OGC or Open Geospatial Consortium compatible web map services format, GeoJSON format and Geo Web Services. Geo services are basically proprietary standard of the ArcGIS or ISRO. So if you are a ArcGIS server users, directly you can access their data as a geo service as well. This is the URL of this website and you can explore the data. Natural Earth data supported by North American Cartographic Information Society. So here you can get the cultural, physical and raster data. Quick start kit in case of MXD and QGIS file. So here when they are providing data to the users, that time they also provide a MXD. MXD is a document file of compatible with the ArcGIS. Similarly, the QGIS file is basically compatible with the quantum GIS. So when you are downloading this these two document, MXD and QGIS document, so it will also provide you the different the legend or color schemes or some metadata as well. So these things are available, are readily available for you, so that directly you can integrate your data and you can compose your maps directly. You can print or you can prepare your atlas and so on. OpenStreet, already I explained you. This is a very popular website whenever you are talking about the GIS data or the vector data. OpenStreetMap will be the most popular. But here data are available in two formats. One is a .osm file, it is a XML document. You can download from their website. Otherwise, if you are looking for the cloud, this is a download.geofabric.de. This is very important. Here you can get data as a SAFE file. So complete global, national and state level data set directly you can download and you can use in your own project. NASA Socioeconomic Data and Application Center, CDAC, it shows the human interaction with the environment. And CDAC has a wide variety of coarse global free GIS data, like a flagship data. It's a gridded population of the world. You can get the data on the global socioeconomic data, which comes from 15 different themes. Socioeconomic data includes a range of topics such as agriculture, climate and health. All these data sets are available in the form of the SAFE file or API. Food and Agriculture Organization, which is a part of the United Nations, they also have a beautiful data repository as a geo network. So if you visit their website, you can get a data on the global agriculture, food security, fisheries, and there are many. Please visit their website. It's a very beautiful catalog system, or we called it as a gateway, basically, where you can search the metadata based on their characteristics, based on their location, or based on area of interest. You can search for data, and these data sets are available either as a download or as a web services to the user community. Another repository is Open Topography. It provides a portal to high spatial resolution topographic data and tools. In particular, it houses the LIDAR data, which is unique feature of this website. As I told you, the LIDAR data is one of the very costly data in the remote sensing community. Generally, if you are a student and you want to learn the LIDAR data processing and LIDAR data handling, that time always there will be gap of the data availability. But if you visit this website called Open Topography, so here the LIDAR data is available for download, and in fact you can download the digital elevation model or DEM, which is derived from this LIDAR data for your own experiment and learning purpose. The data is available here only for the US, Australia, Brazil, Haiti, Mexico, and some other country, but not for India. But as a student, you can get this data for your learning purpose. Then UNEP Environmental Data Explorer. This is a United Nations Environment Program. They also provide the authoritative source of United Nations data. It holds more than 500 variables such as fresh waters, climate, and health. And this theme-specific data, which include population, the forests, emissions, disasters, GDP for the space and non-spatial data, directly you can download this data. It's available as a global coverage. These are not the regional specific data. The entire global data sets are available for you for the download. NASA Earth Observations, or we call it a NEO. NEO is like a real-time climate snapshot of the world. So if you are a student of the climate science or climate studies, if you are doing, that time this repository will be very useful for you. Basically, it focuses on the 50 plus global data sets, and most of these data sets are related to climate studies, and you can get the constant updates, and they are basically ensuring that the timely the climate information of the globe is available to the user community. And here the data is available in the raster grid, like for the atmosphere, energy, land, life, and the ocean GIS data sets are available for users. Next repository is Terra Populus, and Terra Populus integrate the census data from over 160 plus countries around the world, and it spans up to the 6th decade for the household levels and aggregate data for more than 80 countries, and the micro and the environmental data describing land covers, land use, and climate are available from this website. As for thematic data is concerned, the ISRO Bhuvan also provide the thematic data sets. Earlier I was talking about the ISRO Bhuvan with respect to satellite data, but here the ISRO Bhuvan I am talking about the thematic data. So here ISRO is executing the different thematic projects for the different government ministries and departments, and all these data sets are available in ISRO Bhuvan thematic services in the form of the maps. Either you talk about the land use, land cover map, land degradations, soil map, vegetations, wasteland, wetland, and we have geomorphology, lineament, groundwater prospect map, and so on. There are more than 8,000 map layers available in the Bhuvan Geoportals. You can access this website as of today. It's available as a web services and API, but in future maybe data will be available for download as well to the user community. This is one of the example how you can access these data repositories. Very simple. You can visit their website, like this is an example of earthexplorer.usgs.gov. So this is a simple website. So you can search for their data sets by location, or otherwise you can zoom to a location, like here the red mark is shown, and then you can click there, and this site, left side, you'll be getting the list of the data products. And you can also see the quick look of the data, either this data satellite data is cloud free or not. And if you satisfy with the data quality, then you can straight with download. Here the download icon is available, and it will be available into a local computer. And these are the basically different options, like if you are looking for what kind of data, you can explore this site right from these commercial to the digital elevation model, digital maps. Then you have the different satellite, the missions, projects, names here, and then you can open this window, and then you can start exploring the data in this website. ISRO Bhuvan, I will not go in detail, because in the coming sessions we'll have the more discussion about these portals and so on. That time we'll be showing you the live demonstration how you can get access of this data set. But just for your information, I will just quickly run through these slides, and you can explore this website how the contents are available or hosted in these data repositories. So Bhuvan is a initiative of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, basically for Indian Earth observation data for the government planning, researchers and the general public for information. And here the data is available in the 2D and 3D environment. When I say that 2D, you can compare with the simple digital atlas, but when I say the 3D, then you can also visualize the terrain or mountain heights and valleys. You can visualize and you can get the information about it. Interestingly, this website is developed completely on open source software technology, and all the system architectures are in open in nature, and you can see the benefit here, and you can also take some part of their APIs or source code also for your own project. You can also use it. So this is the website. Quickly, I'm running through this. These are the some of the sample list of the example of the data sets which are available, like resource set 1, AVIPS list 3, list 4, Cartoset 1, 2, pen imageries. Open Data Archive, it's available as a AVIPS data. It's ortho corrected data. Very interestingly, from the list 3, IMS 1, HIC, Cartodem, Oceansat 2, OCM 2, NDVI, vegetation fractions, albedo, tropical cyclone, heat potential, ocean heat contents, and so on. These are the thematic data sets. These are the scales are also shown here. Data up to 1:10,000 scale, 1:50,000 scale, 1:250,000 scale are available to the user community. Disaster specific data here, the 6 natural disasters data specific data such flood, drought, earthquake, forest fire, landslide, cyclones are available to you. And some of the project specific data sets are also available, like municipal GIS, terrain GIS, forestry and irrigations, agriculture, urban, and so on. These are the list of the thematic data. I will not read. You can go through this slide. I'll be uploading this PowerPoint slide or this lecture material under your study material section of your eClass login, so you can download and you can explore it. So these are the list of the data products. It's not complete list. If you visit this URL which is shown here, bhuban-noida.nrsc.gov.in, then you'll be getting the more detail about these data products. This is another website from ISRO called Vedas. The URL is shown down, vedas.sec.gov.in. This is a visualization of Earth observation data and archival system developed by Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. And here a lot of good things are there for the student community. I request all the students, please visit this website, and here you can get the up-to-date, it's the latest data and information from the different satellite sensors, either from ISRO or other space agencies are available. And you can also do many the remote sensing data analysis on the fly. So you can click on a particular point, you can get the information in the time series domain. You can also do the simple visualization things here. You can overlay the different type of data, either it's related to renewable energy, coastal and marine resources, hydrology, climate studies, cryosphere, atmospheric science, ocean science, planetary science, lot of data. So when you do the data visualization, they also provide very interesting tool for your analysis purpose. So lot of analysis you can perform here. You can learn how you will do the addition of 2 images or subtraction of 2 satellite imageries, how information is extracted. You can overlay 2 imagery together, and then you can analyze the changes in the ground and so on. MOSDEC, another website developed by Space Application Center, Ahmedabad, again a center of ISRO. This is a satellite portal which provides the satellite data from the INSAT series of satellite. You may be knowing about the INSAT series of satellite, like a INSAT 3D or 3DR, earlier the Kalpana 1 satellite, where the meteorological data and weather related data sets are available basically for the climate scientists, the weather scientists, or the scientists those are basically studying on the meteorological and oceanographic studies. So you can directly get the data in the real time or near real time mode. You can get the cloud cover coverage every half an hour. The data is updated here. So you can also visit this website. And interestingly, most of the data is available free of cost. Anybody can download, you can register there, and you can start using this data for your own project. This is another website called Data Portal of India. In this website, the satellite data are not available, but data from other data providers in the country, either it's a map or special data or non-special data, that also you can explore, called data.gov.in. Ocean Color Web. This is another website. Here the label 1, label 2 data, label 3 data. So if you want learn or interested to get the ocean specific information, this website also you can explore. A lot of data is they are providing, although it's a very coarse resolution data, and their SDF format and net CDF formats are very useful for the student. Those are basically interested to learn the basic data processing, especially the climate data model or data handling or climate science modeling activities. This data can be explored. That's all from my side, and this was just a very short lecture on the different data repositories. I hope you will take the benefit of it, and during this course another 2 months, whenever we'll be teaching or whenever we'll be discussing about the data and data availability, you please open this slide, open these contents, and start exploring these data repositories. Download the sample data, install the open source software like Quantum GIS, ILVIS, and so on, and start learning this remote sensing, image processing, classification techniques, and then explore it in more detail, because things are available in open source communities. Now there is no limitations as per the data and softwares are concerned. Only thing is you have to explore, and when you are exploring these things at your place, you can take the benefit of our lectures, our demonstrations, so that your learning will be better. With this, thank you very much for your kind attention. If you have any questions, you can post into e-class. I will try to take your questions after 5 minutes. Thank you very much.